Virtual reality and extended reality are uplifting the user experience in the metaverse through metaverse-focused devices like AR, smart glasses, haptics, hologram displays, and VR headsets. The paper titled Metaverse and its Role in Supply Chain Management, authored by me, Shantanu Trivedi from UPES India, and co-authored by Dr. Saurav Negi, MCBS Oman, will be today presented at the Virtual Reality Conference 2022. And I will be presenting the paper. The paper will have sections such as introduction, research questions, objectives, research methods used, findings, and conclusion. So, starting with introduction. Metaverse is one of the main technologies in the daily lives of several people, such as education, transportation system, constructions, and manufacturing. It is also one of the most promising technologies which actualize virtual reality and was considered one of the important technologies at the Consumer Electronics Survey CES held in 2022. As the metaverse is a new trend that is occurring in various fields such as education, retailing, and gaming, ubiquitous computing infrastructure in relevant field is being established. Metaverse, a combination of prefix meta and implying transcending with the word universe, describes a hypothetical synthetic environment linked to a physical world. The word metaverse was first coined in piece of speculative fiction named as Snow Crash, written by Neil Simpson in 1992. Despite having too many advantages of a metaverse in the supply chain management, diminutive research has been done to identify existing state of literature, application of metaverse, and future research directions for metaverse applications in the supply chain. This arrives me to the research questions and research objectives. So, research questions, after reviewing a couple of research papers, we found that research question number 1 could be, what are the existing state of understanding and knowledge available on metaverse and its applications in supply chains? Research questions 2 can be, what are the benefits of metaverse application across various functions of supply chain? And research question 3 could be, what are the future research directions based on existing work and identified potential research gaps related to metaverse application in the area of supply chain management. So, this brings us to the research objectives that are, number 1, to analyze existing literature and understanding and knowledge available on metaverse and its application in supply chains. Objective number 2 can be to analyze benefits of metaverse applications across various functions of the supply chains. And objective number 3 can be to identify future research directions based upon existing works and identified potential research gaps related to metaverse applications in supply chain management. Now let us look at the methodology or research methods adopted for this study. So the general approach is to do an exploratory study that included synthesis available on application, practices, and other literature on metaverse and application in the supply chain management. The study conducted a literature review to integrate information collected relating to metaverse and supply chain management. Available literature including peer-reviewed journal articles, early cite and accepted articles, reports, policies related to metaverse, virtual reality, and their application in logistics and supply chain management have been reviewed and analyzed. And this paper also tries to collate and analyze data obtained from set of studies on metaverse using literature review and tries to identify topics that are deficient in evidence, thus pointing to providing new future research directions. The desktop research technique was used for identifying paper has created a big range of appropriate result, thus providing a distinct and unambiguous summary of metaverse in supply chains studies, rather than conclusion being partial to the findings of a smaller number of paper. Now let us see the findings that we got from the literature review that we did. So we did one of the aspect was to understand what actually supply chain management is and what is the role of technology in supply chain management. So as identified by Pan in 2008, also underlined that modern information technology is widely utilized in supply chain management to strengthen the weaknesses that are there in supply chain, and this will actually help in improving operating efficiency, reduce operating cost, and establish quick response strategies. As in a classical and seminal work by Mentzer in 2001, explained that supply chain is an alignment of firms that bring products or services to market and implement supply chain management needed to integrate the process from sourcing to manufacturing and distribution across the supply chain. Another work that suggests that manufacturing companies could maintain their supply chain performance during COVID-19 pandemic by implementing information technologies, information sharing, collaboration, and with the help of the supply chain partners. Also, a study by Shankar in 2020 identified that the effectiveness of the virtual world and Industry 4.0 environment is explored using simulation of a reverse logistics model involving operations such as inventory, production planning, additive manufacturing, and proposed to visualize an arrangement of RFID enabled and cloud based ERP systems that build computing product returns and develop an inbuilt VAS model algorithm module. Now, now we will discuss the study or identified literature in the area of metaverse and application in supply chain management. So development of new information technologies at the beginning of the 21st century allows the integration between physical and virtual world. In industrial engineering and specifically in supply chains, there is a growing interest in the development of digital twins, as there a study in even 2002 identified it. The new era of meta supply chain has already been a fast growing initiative and has expanded the digital opportunities for supply chain world, as identified by Trivedi in his study in 2022. A blend of experience of social platforms, e-commerce aspect, gaming, and smart stores evolved a customer journey. That is a study that was identified in 2021 and conducted in 2021, but it also identified that also the operational processes of the firm, thus the overall performance of supply chain has been improved. Metaverse operations combine both physical and digital aspects of manufacturing, supply chain, and logistics process unprecedentedly, that was identified by Ivanov in 2021. Immersive interaction with the supply chain throughout all the stages and from any site can revolutionize the manufacturing and logistics process and provide informed decisions for the suppliers and all the stakeholders involved in operations management. That was the study done by Lee in 2020. Firm can now exploit the real-time data provided from various locations and at the variety of labor market conditions as well as cultural and structural distinctions without cost or time constraints. Now let us study or see the studies that have been done to identify the benefits of metaverse in the supply chain management. So metaverse could study found that a metaverse could add $3 trillion to the global economy within a decade. A global logistics company called as DP World are also exploring the usage of metaverse across services, including simulation of warehouses and terminal operations, containers operation, and vessel repair, inspection, safety training, and other uses as well. Alpara in 2022 identified that metaverse application can save logistics cost and transportation cost and the purchase of material and supplies. Plus, user can perform training practices as many times as necessary before going to the real practice. Jurgens in 2021 explained that the metaverse can make easier to measure, analyze, interact with, and solve supply chain management problems. Further, he also explains that virtual sourcing makes it possible for buyers to understand and interact with virtual models of new or updated products. As quality is extremely important for supply chains, compliance for customer satisfaction or consumer satisfaction, testing and exercising quality control across large volumes of product could become much easier in a three-dimensional environment. The metaverse will enhance supply chain transparency with 3D representation of how products are made, distributed and sold. The transparency and visibility will enhance the level of trust and effectiveness among the supply chain partners across the industries. This was the study that was done by Supply Chain Management Review in 2022. The metaverse will expose a new type of customer interaction strongly tied to the logistics industry. The approach will not only establish a more detailed process simulation but also will encourage the creation of immersive virtual world to aid training in warehouses and manufacturing facilities. According to a study done by Singh in 2022, mentions that warehouse simulation and digital twin can also enable improving efficiency in logistics and supply chain operations. Now let us see some of the applications of metaverse in multi-echelons or multiple levels or multiple functions of supply chain management. So according to Accenture in 2022, Accenture explains in his report that how the major supply chain challenges can be removed with metaverse and how metaverse is providing more visibility and sustainability across supply chain, providing better visibility into process, facilities, inventory and capacity. The metaverse is helping companies to remove supply constraint. Getting insights from both sides could help harmonize supply and demand. Considering the example of metaverse collaboration room for retailers and suppliers, some of the application of metaverse across the functions of supply chain are as follows. They can be at the sourcing and procurement. Metaverse can be utilized at the manufacturing aspect, operational logistics and operation, and at the retailing aspect as well. Now let us look at all these aspects one by one, starting with sourcing and procurement. Sourcing and procurement. So in the aspect of sourcing and procurement, the metaverse will improve collaboration across all tiers in the supply chain, again internally and externally. This means collaboration could not just with direct vendors or vendors for innovation of cost and engineering, but also enabling limitless and concurrent collaboration in the value chain. Virtual sourcing has become a more feasible option for companies and has made it possible for buyers to understand and interact with virtual models of new and updated products. To cite an example, the 3D virtual showroom feature launched by Alibaba last year enabled procurement teams for potential vendors to browse and examine products using virtual reality technology. In the aspects of manufacturing, physical manufacturing can be simulated and then the process can be optimized by simulating them in a metaverse environment. At the same time, the allocation of assets and labor resources can be run in various functions. Tailored experience will also enhance the satisfaction and engagement of the customers, which play a key role, and the supply chain relationship remain more substantial than before, as identified in the article published by Trivedi et al. In 2022. Using metaverse, workers can adjust the factory capacity, equipment and staffing for maximum product efficiency. For example, BMW introduced and BMW's introduction of NVIDIA's metaverse platform Omniverse to coordinate the production of cars at 31 factories is expected to improve production planning efficiency by nearly 30%, as cited by Chang and Zhang in 2022. Logistics operations. In the aspect of logistics operation, metaverse offers unique opportunities to transform traditional logistics functions. In the future, we will see revolutionary changes in the way goods are being packed and loaded in automated vehicles or drones for the final shipment and delivery. Applying augmented reality, virtual reality and extended reality for warehouse design can provide a simulated and optimized experience before building brick or mortar location for storage and inventory as identified by Kovacs in 2020. Metaverse will provide a realistic environment where key operator training can take place without any disruption to the day-to-day operation and test any adjustment to warehouse flow and layout. Further, benefit of warehousing will come in better space utilization through dynamic space modeling, slotting and racking optimization as the volume of SKUs grow or product characteristics change. While optimizing and slotting are always important, they are even more critical due to trend towards smaller and even micro fulfillment centers, where storage space is at very high premium as identified by Supply Chain Management Review in 2022. Now, the last aspect that we want to cover today is the application in retailing. So, in retailing, retail products that customer can use in the metaverse are big. In terms of retailing, retail products that customers can use in the metaverse are a big business. According to one of the latest reports by Gartner, a quarter of the world's population will spend at least 1 hour daily in the metaverse in just 4 years by 2026. This will happen for different reasons, from the work and study to leisure, gaming to shopping. Retailers will make very real money selling digital metaverse items. Specific advantage to this type of commerce include the lack of overhead related to physical stores or supply chain operations. For example, Indian e-commerce giant Flipkart recently launched its metaverse named Flipverse. Using the Flipkart app, user can begin shopping after selecting an avatar and a nickname for them. Flipkart has already tied up with around 20 brands for its Flipverse. Some of the brands on the list include Colgate, Levi's, Noise, Puma, Nivea, Tokyo Talkies, Campus, VIP, Ajmal Perfumes, Himalaya and Butterfly India. Flipverse of the metaverse application of Flipkart summarizes the features of the product information once the customer arrives at a counter and selects a product in the virtual world. The app takes the customer to the product page if the customer chooses to claim the offer or purchase at the point as identified by CAR in 2022. Now let us see some of the future research directions from the extended reality and metaverse area. So, further research can be conducted to achieve a balance between virtual and reality so as user can obtain high quality virtual experience without indulging in it and without affecting normal life as identified by Chang and Zhang in 2022. Further, the research direction could also include studying the impact of metaverse in a sector-specific supply chain operation such as automobile, agriculture and FMCG supply chain. Research can also be conducted to understand the integration of other technologies related to Industry 4.0 such as IoT, robotics, AI, etc. in improving the overall supply chain performance. Another avenue for future research and development work can be considered with the aim of creating virtual reality based metaverse setting for the smart factory, smart warehousing and modular design and development, as also advocated by Alpala in 2022. Now we would move to the conclusion of the study. So to conclude, we can say that the immersive capabilities of the metaverse offer the potential for huge benefit and application to combat these types of complex and dynamic situations that the businesses over the world facing today. And the present study takes the perspective of offering valuable insight into application and benefits as well as the status of the greater adoption of Metaverse from the several supply chain echelons and impacting areas of business and society. The study also emphasized the application of Metaverse in different areas of the supply chain such as procurement, sourcing, manufacturing and logistics operation, and retailing. One key finding suggested that retailers in particular need to employ a holistic and overarching approach when devising their promotional strategies, especially if they aim to operate at a Metaverse stage. Finally, the author recommend a range of future research avenues, and note that immediate need for policy development dealing with Metaverse phenomena. Although all the studies are limited by some, all the studies have some certain limitation. This study also has some. So the study is limited to the secondary data-based research, which can be the base of the academician and scholar in the field of supply chain management in understanding the emerging trends of Metaverse and application of various components in supply chain, ultimately resulting to the supply chain performance and overall growth of organization. A primary or empirical based study can also be carried out at a particular supply chain considering the present study. So this was all about the Metaverse and its role in supply chain management. Thank you.